welcome to Should I Buy This Game featuring Doomlings. My name is Christine, and in this video I'll give you an overview of how the game is played and then share some final thoughts on the game to help you decide if you want to add Doomlings to your collection. This is the game Doomlings, and this is one of our favorite card games. And we bought this collection that came with a few expansions as well as the play mat. And since then, we have bought other expansions. So we have quite a few cards here. The first thing we need to do is build up our deck for our different eras. So we have these cards here. They're the Ages cards. And these ones here are just gives you different things we will do each round. So what we do is shuffle them up. And then we make 3 piles of 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. All the rest of these cards get put away. They won't be used for this game. Also in the Ages cards, we have the catastrophes. And so at the end of era 1 and 2, we have a catastrophe, and at the final era, it's World's End. And they each have different things that will happen. So again, you shuffle these up, and then you put 1 on each pile. So now you take each pile and you just sort of shuffle them up and put them on a pile. So each round will vary in length depending when that catastrophe card appears. And then on top, we put the Birth of Life card, and that's how we'll start our game. So when we turn over the Birth of Life, it is set your gene pool to 5. So this card here, we're going to set it 5, and it can rotate throughout the game. And that is how many cards you can have in your hand at the end of your turn. And then play 1 trait each turn, stabilize to end your turn. And so we're going to get 5 cards each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so we'll turn it over. So you'll see that the cards have different colors. And they have different actions. Some have actions. This is a dominant card. Not all dominant cards are foil. We just have some foil cards in here. And so you can only have 2 dominant cards in your area. And then some cards too are multicolored. This is how many points they're worth at the end of the game. When you have negative points, these are cards you're wanting to put in your opponent's hand so they lose points. There are times where it will be like give an opponent a card and stuff. So you start with 5 cards. Your opponent starts with 5 cards, and we're going to have Gemma join us to show you how a round is played. Okay, so we're ready to play, and I think the first card I'm going to play is this one. I can choose a color, draw 10 cards, and keep 1 of the chosen color, and then put the rest at the bottom of the deck. So I play it here, and I am going to choose purple. So I get to draw 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is why you want to have a big deck of cards. So let's see. Oh, I did get some purples. So let's pull out all the purples. So there were 3 purples. So all of these, I'm just going to put on the discard pile. So let's see. We have play 2 additional traits and ignore actions. But to do so, it's -2, give and take. This one is just 3 points, which could be good. And this is a dominant card. And so I can +1 my gene pool and +1 for each card in your hand. So you could really get a huge amount of cards you're holding. However, I think I'm just going to go for the point cards. So I'm going to put this one in my hand and get rid of these 2. Now, with that being said, though, my gene pool is at a 5. So I have 5 cards, which means I cannot pick any more cards. I'm at my limit. And now it's Gemma's turn.
Okay, so I'll be playing the Saliva card, which gives me +1 to my gene pool. So I'll put it there, which lets me turn that to 6. And then I will stabilize. So I'm at 4 cards, which means I get to take 1, 2. So here we have that.
Okay, so now it's a new round. So now we're going to turn over. Draw one and reveal it to all your friends. So I will draw a card. I got a dominant card. This is when I play, I can shuffle all unused ages, draw 3, then add 1 to the top of the age pile. So that's good because we would get an extra round. Gemma's going to draw 1.
So I got Acrobatic. Nothing fancy, but I mean, love it. So now it's Pristine's turn.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to play a card now. So maybe one of these dominant cards. You're allowed to play 2 dominant cards in the entire game, each person. So maybe I'll do this because it is worth 6 points at the end, and it's also a red, and you're trying to get different sets of colors too for different things. So when I play, I can shuffle unused ages and draw 3 and add 1. So Gemma, do you want to pass me the ages pile? No, the other one. So we're going to just shuffle them. We're going to draw 3. So let's see what we have. Discard 1, 2, or 3 cards and stabilize. If your gene pool is 4 or higher, discard 1. If your gene pool is 3, draw 2. Discard 1 card, shuffle the discard, and deal 1 card face down to each player. I think I'm going to add that one. So that will be the next round. So Gemma goes now.
Okay, so...
I played a card, but because I had picked up that card again, I don't pick up another card. I stabilized.
So I'll be playing this dominant card, Hyperintelligence, and at World's End, I can choose a color, and my opponent will discard 1 trait of that color from their trait pile at random. So I'll just put that here, and similarly, I have 6 cards, which is my limit, so I will not be needing to take any cards.
So now we pull over another one. So this was that card I just added. So discard 1 card, shuffle the discard pile, and deal 1 card face down to each person. So I think I'll discard this card.
I will be discarding this card.
So we shuffle. And then we hope we didn't get the card back. Oh, I got a new card. Okay, so now I'm going to play a card. I think I will just play this purple card for 3 points. Now, since I only have 4 cards and I have a gene pool of 5, I can add another card to my hand.
Okay, so I got moves in my mind, which I will hopefully get a chance to play out. So first I'm playing this card that might seem very familiar to some of you. But you know what? It's fine. And then I only have 5 cards now, so I shall stabilize and hope that a catastrophe does not show up in the next card so I can do what I have planned.
So let's turn over. Ah, she's lucky. So
thank
instead of
goodness.
stabilizing this turn, you may discard your hand and draw 3 cards. So you're looking, do I want to get rid of everything in my hand? You know, I'm not really attached to any of these cards.
But you don't really have to figure that out till after your turn.
Oh, it's when I stabilize, right, Gemma, instead of stabilizing this turn. Okay, so let's play 1 card. So maybe I will play this one because it's worth the most points out of my current deck. And at World's End, you may play Sneaky from your hand. Okay, so maybe I can't actually play that card. So therefore, what actions do I have? Okay, I'm going to play this one. So play an action from your trait pile, which means I think I can then do this one again, where I can get 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, Oh, the kidneys, you collect them. Spine. Oh, I didn't say a color. Let's say green. So I only pull out the green cards. This is a double color card. So I can't even get any of those because I can only do green. You must suppress one trait in your trait pile. That means just putting it under and it'll be worth 1 point. This one is straight up. And this one is played. I think I'll keep this one, Gossamer. She's cute. So now, instead of stabilizing, I could get rid of all these and get 3 cards, which I think I will do because a lot of these cards aren't much use to me. And I will just take 3 new cards. When they play you may play this from your hand into it. See, that's when you play it into your opponent's trait pile, and they would get negative points. And then we discard a red and that. Okay, so it's Gemma's turn.
Okay, so I'm going to play Fuffle Nuts, which I return 1 trait from my trait pile to my hand, and then I give 1 card to an opponent. So I will take this one, put it back in my hand, and then give it to my opponent.
Oh, lucky me. More negative cards.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to do?
So these are the cards I have right now. They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them, but almost like none of them really have any actions, which is like kind of boring. So while I could just keep playing them and racking up some points, that's not the game I really want to play, and I don't have any green cards to eventually do that. So it's just, we'll just put it aside and we'll take 3 cards and see what we get.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, we're still ongoing. So preview the next age before you take your turn. So we'll preview it all together. And I knew it was going to be a catastrophe. So this one, we're going to stabilize, crisis averted. So this catastrophe in the next round will not cause us much pain.
That's good.
So let's see here. Obviously, I don't want from your hand into an opponent, straight pile when you play an action. So what I could do, all opponents discard 1 red trait, but then I'm losing a point. I think I'm going the easy route right now and just getting the 2 points.
Which is great for me because I have a card that when an opponent plays a trait with a face value of 2, I can just put it right down.
Nice.
So there we go. Did that.
Oh, I also got to get my 2 cards to stabilize. Oh my God, look at this. I am on a roll, aren't I? Okay. And then Gemma's going to take her actual turn.
Yes, so I will play this one where the value is equal to the number of cards in my hand with effects. So this is an endgame point type thing. So I'll put that there and I'll stabilize. So I get to go up to 6. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I have this card that I can just play it from my hand after I stabilize. So I'll just put that right there.
Okay, so we know we're getting the catastrophe. And we already know that we don't have to change your gene pool. But if we did, that's when we would be rotating this card up or down. And we just have to stabilize. So we're already stabilized.
I have to take 1 more card.
Okay. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to play this card. So even though it's -1, I get to look at opponent's hand, steal 1 card, and play it immediately. So Gemma gets to show us her hand. I'll just take them. -4 if you have 12 or more traits. So that could be good, but maybe not. Swap poisonous with a trait. Gemma does not have very good cards.
I try my best.
Okay, I think what I'm going to do, I'll just take a simple point card because she does not have very good cards, and I will play that. There you go, Gemma.
Great.
And so I get to stabilize back to get 1 card. Oh my God, look at that. Okay. And now it's Gemma's turn.
All right, so I only have 6 cards right now. Things could change, but I'm just I'm just going to play that just for fun, and we'll stabilize back up to 6.
So then we would continue, since it was there was catastrophe, we would turn this over to the next era. And so you play until there's, oh, it's a catastrophe already. That's what I mean, depending where these end up. So we're already at a catastrophe. So by doing that, it would be -1 in your gene pool. So we would rotate this and discard 1 card from your hand for every blue trait in your trait pile.
Oh, goody.
So I have 1 blue trait, so I would have to get rid of 1 card.
I have 3, so I would have to get rid of 3 cards.
I think I would get rid of this one.
So I'll just put those there.
Then we would take our turn and then start the final era. And it would be, you can only play traits with a face value of 3 or lower for that round. So each card has different things, and that's generally how the game is played. So as I mentioned at the beginning, Doomlings is one of our favorite card games. And you can see we only went through half the game and we went through all of these cards. So it's great to have a huge card deck. Now it comes with a huge card deck, but as I mentioned, we also have a bunch of expansions, and they would be shown with the little circles on the sides. But a lot of these cards are from the original deck. The other thing I really love is just the artwork on them. I just think the little creatures are all really cute. And I like the concept of the catastrophes and the end of the world's end type game. I just think it's sort of fun and quirky. The only thing we dislike about the game is sometimes, depending how you shuffle it, the catastrophe can come up really quick. Like this one, we had a really big beginning and then it was a catastrophe instantly. So we would have had a few more rounds in this final round before we got the catastrophe, but depending where that catastrophe card sits, you can either have the full game or your game can be shortened really quickly. So that would be the only downside, is if your shuffling makes the catastrophe card show up really quickly. But as I said, otherwise, this is one of our favorite card games. And I know they've just released yet another expansion pack, so I'm excited to get that. And we just throw all the expansions in. That may or may not be the best move, because some of them want you to play with less cards in the hand, whereas some of them want you to play with more cards. And some of them are like, if you have this type of card, you get points at the end. But if you're playing with lots of cards, you may not come across many more with that type of card. So it all varies. You can decide how you want to play your game and what expansions you want to add to it. But as I said, Doomlings is a really great fun game. So let me know if you've played Doomlings and what you think of this game.